always sit in center field today. He didn't want to. I wouldn't have brought two chairs.
Hey, how are you?
What's up, guys?
What are you doing in this truck, Bill? Come on. It's in or no?
It smells that bad on the outside.
It was like that last time too.
How did they get in? Oh, was that mine? Oh my god.
Good. We've been doing it for like 12 years now. For the American Legion, we do a lot of video streaming or audio streaming, so just one of the games. We got to do a better job of marketing it. A lot of people, I mean, we've been doing it for so long, but, you know, people
So
forget.
this is just a live stream? Is that what
It's
this
a
is?
live video stream. Yeah, we
Okay.
had play-by-play to it and all that kind of
So
stuff.
it's not a recorded thing we can watch later?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh,
You
really?
can watch it later. If you go to the American Legion website, it's SportingNewsCT.com. There's a link to it. You can watch it.
Perfect.
I'm just doing a GoPro type thing.
Yeah.
When we get into whoever makes, we do replays and everything else for the championships. You know, but this is kind of, we do either radio or just like a GoPro type thing for the regular season or early round playoff stuff. So yeah, it's pretty good. You know, doing it for a while. You can kind of get an idea of the picture. You know.
Yeah, yeah. Nice. It's good to watch it later if you want to watch it back, you know.
Yeah, exactly. For the kids, you know. You're welcome.
The umpires are up there. They're just taking their time.
Yeah.
Yeah, take care.
How are you?
Which one's yours out there?
I got a number 9 over there. Fellow.
Yeah. We'll be back again tomorrow, so if you know anybody that can't make it, let them know they can watch it.
All right. There's free no charge to watch it?
No. All right, everybody, welcome, and we're here at Cheshire High School, and welcome to American Legion Baseball as we're on to the playoffs. They began this weekend. Best 2 of 3, 2 Zone 3 teams going at it here today. Meridan taking on Cheshire, both teams with identical regular season records at 23-5. First pitch is going to be popped up and fouled off into right field, and Connor Davey on the run will make the catch in quickly. Grignano, before we could introduce who's coming to the plate for Meridan, is retired. And you have one down here in the top of the first inning. Ryan Mostoller out on the mound, big tall right-hander for Cheshire. Going to face Devin McCarthy, a left fielder for this Meridan team. Cheshire took 2 of 3 during the regular season. That's why they are seated higher in this American Legion tournament, and they get a chance to play at home here in this best 2 of 3 series. So McCarthy looking at 390 feet to straightaway center field here at Cheshire High School. Mostoller into the windup, and the fastball will cut over the plate for the strike call. You got Jack Rich, the pitcher, on deck for Meridan. They'll go without a designated hitter today. Umpires got here a little late. I didn't mind. Need a little extra time to get set up here behind home plate as we bring you our GoPro view once again. Pitch just missed outside. Stoller coming with some pretty good heat. Outfield playing just about straight away. Sokolik in left field, Strollo in center, and Davey in right field defensively for Cheshire. Here's the pitch curveball. It's going to be batted down to the shortstop, charged by Kabashi, and on the first in time for the out. And McCarthy is retired 6-3. So 2 quick outs here on the top of the first. That's going to bring the number 3 hitter in the lineup for Meridan to the plate. That's Jackie Rich. He'll pitch today. Batting fourth will be the third baseman, Jeff Massacott. In the 6th spot will be the right fielder, Elabuski. So Zachary, the right fielder, hitting in that number 6 spot today. Actually, the 5th, if I could count. Elliot Good would be the number 6 hitter. He is the first baseman. Rich swinging from the left side. And the pitch fouled off into the woods off to the third base side. What a beautiful afternoon for American Legion baseball today. That's Clark behind the plate catching the balls and strikes. Sansone playing first base. Skeena is your second baseman. That ball hit high up in the air to the center field. A routine for Strollo. He'll come on to make the catch, and Jack Rich is retired on a fly out to center. We've played a half. No score. Back with the bottom of 1. Meridan and Cheshire right here on SportingNewsCT.com. Stay with us.
Not only have I learned a lot of speaking skills,
meeting these 50 other incredibly talented people,
but most of all, I think you learn a lot about yourself.
You're able to grow in so many ways.
Learning about public speaking.
You also gain a tremendous amount of friendships.
It's a nice bonus.
That's definitely a plus, I'm not going to lie.
Is definitely something that is on my mind.
It's such a great document.
It guarantees me so many liberties and freedoms.
It's looking out for me.
The significance that I place on voting.
The 8th Amendment, which deals with cruel and unusual punishment.
My comparison of the Constitution to a lens.
The American Legion. We're a powerful in the nation. Service to America. If you're a veteran in need of help or support, please contact us. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America.
All right, back here at Cheshire High School. Nice to have you all with us on SportingNewsCT.com as we move into the bottom of inning number 1. And Jack Rich going through the warm-ups out of the mound for Meridan. He swings left and throws right-handed. He's got Hernandez behind the plate, and that's the second pitch that's come here to the backstop during his warm-ups. I don't know if that's a good sign or a bad sign. These two teams, as we mentioned, have met 3 times this year. Cheshire winning in month of July, on July 6th by the score of 7-0, and on July 8th to the tune of 4-0. Meridan picked up a win 4-1. That was back on June 20th. Strollo, the lead it off. Skeena, the bat second. Kabashi, the number 3 hitter, and Sansone in the cleanup spot for this Cheshire team wearing the blue tops, the darker blue. Meridan in the royal blue uniform top. Sharp-looking uniforms on the Meridan players. T-shirt-like tops for Cheshire. Pitch outside, ball 1 to Strollo. Good ball player is Strollo. 325 down the line and left, 325 down the line and right. Great crowd on hand for today's game, so great to see that on both the Meridan and the Cheshire side, and that pitch is fouled off. Elliot Good, the first baseman for Meridan. James Pellegrino playing at second. Sebi Grignano, the shortstop today for Meridan. That pitch low and inside. Jeff Massicott at the bag at third. Devin McCarthy in left. Jeff Morales, the center fielder. And Zach Galabuski, the right fielder defensively for Meridan. That fastball way up high and outside. Strollo trying to become the game's first base runner. Meridan went quietly in the top of the first. Best 2 of 3. They'll play again tomorrow. I think it's an early start time. Strollo's going to drive one to the center fielder. Going up the hill a bit is Morales to make the catch. Yeah, you got a pitch to this outfield. It's kind of unique. Outfielders need to run uphill as that ball floats its way out towards center field and in the right, too. So Strollo becomes a fly ball out. And you have one down. Brings up Ben Skeena. Skeena, the second baseman for Cheshire. Rich working quickly. No lights here. I don't know how that affects things tomorrow. In the best 2 of 3 series. That pitch down at the feet. Skeena had to dance out of the way. I believe they play at 3:30, then immediately thereafter if it goes to 3 games. 16 teams remaining. And there's a little hop down to the second baseman. Knocked down. Pellegrino hurries the throw. It's away from Good. Circling the bag and heading the second is Skeena, and he's in safely. That will be E4. A little humpback whale right down to the second baseman, Pellegrino, and misplayed it a bit, had some funky spin on it, and then he threw it away, allowing the extra base. Kabashi stepping in. He swings from the right side. Altrin Kabashi, the shortstop for Cheshire. Trying to strike quickly here. Yeah, after the next couple of days, the tournament will move to both Middletown and Bristol. For the regional finals, we'll have coverage from both locations. Steve Riley in Oakville today. Stanford taking on Oakville. Stanford team, and matter of fact, every team in American Legion baseball playing with a very heavy heart. Chris Sabia, the longtime general manager of Stanford. It gives me chills, and he passed away at the age of 39 last Friday. There's a fly ball out the right, and it's going to be caught. Galabuski making the catch for the inning's second out. Skeena stayed at the bag at second. Chris with a long battle with lung cancer, and boy, I saw him just a few months ago at a Southern Connecticut State University baseball game, a playoff game, NE10 playoff game. He was very positive, of high spirit. Leaves a little son, of course, his wife, and his pet dog. He gave so much to Stanford American Legion Baseball and to American Legion Baseball. He's so proud for the few years that Stanford hosted the American Legion Championship games. Remember that fondly. That ball hit foul and out of play down the right field line, and Chris will be missed. And what a young age. So Steve Riley out there at Oakville and Stanford. I think if it's one year you're kind of rooting for Stanford maybe to pull off a win. They've come so close in recent years, breaking the heart of Chris and playing RCP, their nemesis. I think Cheshire one year too, perhaps. But anyways, our thoughts going out to Chris. I know the wake is tomorrow. This is Nick Sansone, the first baseman. Rich working from the stretch with a runner at second, and the pitch just missed outside. I thought I was going to call it strike there. We got a great vantage point One of the few times this year we've had a chance to broadcast directly behind home plate as though with a batter. We're up close and personal here. What a beautiful afternoon. Turning into early evening, that fastball up high. Brendan Clark in the on-deck circle for this Cheshire team. 2 down and a runner in scoring position, reaching by error. Rich trying to get out of the jam. We'll check the runner and the pitch, and that breaks up high ball 4. And they get runners at first and second for Clark. Clark's going to take off some of the catching gear. And he'll step up to the plate. Good chance for Cheshire with a key 2-out base hit. To gather the early lead here in the first. Strollo, fly ball out. Skeena reaching on the throwing error by the second baseman Pellegrini. Fly ball out of Kabashi. Then the walk. That ball routinely hit to the right fielder and reaching up to make the catch. Galabuski for the inning's final out. So Clark goes after the first pitch and retired. No runs, no hits. There was an error and a walk, and 2 runners left on base for Cheshire. We'll be back with the top of inning number 2 on SportingNewsCT.com in just a moment.
I never realized how much the American Legion did in our community until I was overseas and my family needed help. The Legion was there, taking care of things I couldn't, and they asked nothing in return. I guess it's because they know what I'm going through. They've been here before, and when I looked into it, I discovered that there was a way for me to continue to serve my fellow veterans and my community through the American Legion. That's why I joined.
While I was overseas, the American Legion was behind me all the way, supporting me and my family back home when they needed help. Now I'm a proud member.
When I left the military, I wanted my fellow veterans to have the care and the benefits they deserve. That's why I belong to the American Legion.
I never thought the Legion would have anything for me, but they taught me about teamwork and sportsmanship, and they helped me get into college.
The American Legion. We're at work every day, serving America in so many ways. That's why I belong.
All right, welcome right back as we continue with our coverage of American Legion baseball. We'll be back here tomorrow. I think Steve will go back to Oakville tomorrow for the series between Stanford and Oakville. I don't know if he'll be able to bring you that first game. I guess he'd have to bring you the if game with some work commitments, but we'll have a chance to be right here at Cheshire High School again tomorrow, and looking forward to that. As we move on to the top of inning number 2, Massacott to lead it off. He's a left-handed hitter. And the first pitch is in there for the strike on a fastball. Mostoller, he can throw it hard. 84 miles an hour on the gun. Mostoller ready to deal, working quickly here in this brilliant late afternoon. The pitch is up high. Galabuski in the on-deck circle and good. Middle part of the batting order for Meridan. They went 1-2-3 in the first. Mostoller's pitch, and that slides outside. Outfield playing just about straight away. Strollo in the sunlight. Right fielder likewise. That's Davey. Sokolic in some shadow in left. That ball topspin in the right field for a base hit. Davey had to field it. Took a tricky roll up that hill there in right. And Massacott with a good bit of hitting becomes a leadoff base runner. That's the first hit of the ball game. First hit obviously for Meridan. And we're in the top of the second. Galabuski stepping in now. He's the right fielder today for this Meridan team. Mostoller, a right-hander, will check the runner at first. Stands tall, works from the belt, pitch down low. Clark with a nice stop behind the plate. Can be a home run ballpark here at Cheshire. Got a light breeze wiggling the trees beyond the outfield fence. New addition a few years back. Grass looks like it's in fine condition. They show bunt. It's going to be bunted. Third base side, charged by Battipaglia. Throws on the run of the bag at first. They get the out there. Massacott into scoring position at second. Kalabuski lays down the sacrifice bunt. You have one down. Elliott Good to the plate. He plays first base. So for the first time today, Meridan with a runner in scoring position. As you know, in a best 2 of 3 series, it's important to win game one, and both teams have come here to the ballpark today energized. It's great to see the enthusiasm. Kind of arduous when you work your way through the regular season of American Legion ball. You play nearly every day. But when you get here to the tournament, things really start to get exciting. I think the fan base starts to grow, and I know we get excited too at SportingNewsCT.com, and of course the American Legion committee members and all the coaches and alike, players, pitch fisted foul beyond us. This is Good at the plate. Elliott Good, the first baseman. Count 1 ball and 1 strike. Pellegrino in the on-deck circle. Massacott leans away from the bag at second. And the pitch rides inside. Count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. Mostola gave up that leadoff single. From the stretch, takes a peek. The runner at second. Ready to deal it. Comes with a straight fastball. Good swung right through that one. Shout from the dugout, keep your head on it. Might have pulled the chin off that swing there a little bit. Mostola again looking in. And ready to deal. In there for the strike call. That one clocked at 84, so he's been consistent around 84 miles an hour. Gets the strikeout of Elliott Good. Brings up James Pellegrino with 2 down and a runner in scoring position here in the top of 2. Mostola checks the runner at second. Here comes the pitch. Fastball up high above the letters. Outfield remains straight away. Got folks watching the game beyond the 365 mark in right center field. Stands nearly filled on the first base side. A lot of folks bringing their own chairs on the third base side. I wasn't smart enough to do that. Cheshire had the luxury of not playing on Saturday of this weekend, nor Sunday. There's a swing and a miss, and that's a strike. Of course, with the pitching rules in place, it's going to be interesting to see how teams will work their pitching staffs. And another fastball in there for the strike call. Mostola keeping that low in the strike zone, 84 again. So he's been consistent around 84 miles per hour. Massacott with that lead away from second. He's been stranded there, and there's a swing and a miss and a strikeout at 85 miles per hour on that fastball. Pellegrino goes down. Second strikeout for Mostola in the inning, and the single will not hurt. So, no runs, 1 hit, 1 left for Meridan. Back with a bottom of 2 right here on SportingNewsCT.com. It's a scoreless one here at Cheshire High School.
Not only have I learned a lot of speaking skills,
Meeting these 50 other incredibly talented people,
But most of all, I think you learn a lot about yourself.
you're able to grow in so many ways.
Learning about public speaking.
you also gain a tremendous amount of friendships.
It's a nice bonus.
That's definitely a plus, I'm not going to lie.
It is definitely something that is on my mind.
It's such a great document.
It guarantees me so many liberties and freedoms.
It's looking out for me.
The significance that I place on voting.
The 8th Amendment, which deals with cruel and unusual punishment.
My comparison of the Constitution to a lens.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're the largest veterans service organization in the nation. We're committed to making sure all veterans receive the benefits they deserve for the sacrifices they've made in service to America. If you're a veteran in need of help or support, please contact us. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America.
There we go. Welcome right back. Just underway here in the bottom of inning number 2. Cheshire to the plate. Rich on the mound. That pitch in for the strike call. He's facing Connor Davey, Cole Escato, and Evan Sokolik, the scheduled hitters for Cheshire here in the bottom of 2. Curveball's going to be bumped up in the air. Right fielder coming on to make the catch, and an out. Galabuski able to haul it in, and Davey retired. So one down here in the bottom of inning number 2. Quite a pitcher's duel between these two. Rich has had a sensational year from what I understand. Came close to pitching a no-hitter versus Middletown. Had a win over this Cheshire team. A quality victory over Guilford, too. So he can get the job done. Looks in for the sign. He's ready to work quickly. Hernandez, the catcher. Curveball. Strike call over the outside corner. Throws a slider, too, huh? Fastball, slider, curveball. That pitch a little high. Threw a slider at about, 75 miles per hour already? Boy, Rich gets the ball. He's ready to deal. Another swing and a miss and a strike out of Escato. So the designated hitter goes down. And quickly 2 down. Sokolik now stepping up to the plate. Evan playing left field for Cheshire. He'll swing from the left side. Cheshire's got one of the biggest teams physically I've seen this year in American Legion play when you talk about height of player. Pitching there for the strike over the inside corner. Rich is ready to deal, and that's going to be fouled off. Passes 179 on the speed gun. Hit the umpire. It's going to cause a stoppage in play. Make sure he's okay. That doesn't feel good. Rich throwing a steady diet of sliders. It looks like he took it right off the leg. Going to give him a minute to make sure he's okay. While they do that, we'll stop and be right back.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're the largest veterans service organization in the nation. We're committed to making sure all veterans receive the benefits they deserve for the sacrifices they've made in service to America. If you're a veteran in need of help or support, please contact us. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America.
All right, welcome right back. Look like plate umpire is going to be okay today. Didn't get the names of the umpiring staff. I'd like to leave them anonymous anyhow. Rich trying to work that slider down low again. He'll work quickly. This is Sokolik at the plate. That missed outside. Counted 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 out, nobody on here in the bottom of inning number 2. And the pitch, fastball in there for the strike 3 call. That is the second strike out of the ball game for Jack Rich, and Cheshire goes quietly 1-2-3. We'll be back with the top of 3, still scoreless between Cheshire and Meridan.
Not only have I learned a lot of speaking skills,
Meeting these 50 other incredibly talented people,
But most of all, I think you learn a lot about yourself.
you're able to grow in so many ways.
Learning about public speaking.
you also gain a tremendous amount of friendships.
It's a nice bonus.
That's definitely a plus, I'm not going to lie.
It is definitely something that is on my mind.
It's such a great document.
It guarantees me so many liberties and freedoms.
It's looking out for me.
The significance that I place on voting
The Eighth Amendment, which deals with cruel and unusual punishment.
My comparison of the Constitution to a lens.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're the largest veterans service organization in the nation. We're committed to making sure all veterans receive the benefits they deserve for the sacrifices they've made in service to America. If you're a veteran in need of help or support, please contact us. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America.
All right, welcome right back. This Meridan team played on Sunday, a nip-and-tuck affair, eliminating East Haven by the score of 1-0. They're at the plate here in the top of inning number 3 of a scoreless game. Temperatures delightful. They mentioned the humidity, but right here where we are in Cheshire, not all that humid, at least for us in the shade. Leading things off is the center fielder Morales for Meridan. Hernandez in the top of the order. Grignano scheduled to face Mustoller. That fastball rides inside. Mustoller with 2 strikeouts, both coming in the second inning. Been throwing that fastball at about 84 miles per hour. And he looks in for the sign as Ryan. And he deals. Ball hit on the ground to third. Scooped up by Battipaglia. And across the diamond goes Ian's throw to Sansone for the out. And Morales has retired 5-3. 1 out. Brings up the catcher Hernandez for this Meridan squad. Top of the order in Grignano on deck. So Mustoller now going to begin his second trip through the lineup. Outfield is playing just about straight away. Sansone, Skina, Kabashi, Battipaglia around the infield from first all the way to third. From left to right, Sokolik, Strollo, and Davey in the outfield defensively for Cheshire. Hernandez trying to get something going with 1 down. Late swing, foul tipped into the catcher's mitt. Brendan Clark. Mustoller ready to deal it. Right-hander's pitch. A little high. Got some movement on that fastball. Kind of bends back towards the right-handed hitter. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pitch up high. Count now level at 2 balls and 2 strikes to Hernandez. There's a swing and a miss. Great pitch, and Hernandez goes down. 3rd strikeout for Mustoller as he just painted the outside corner. Brings up the top of the order, and Sebi Grignano. Sebi in the ball game hit a fly ball to the right fielder in the foul territory. And Connor Davey on a good long run made the catch and foul play. And Meridan able to eliminate East Haven 1-0. East Haven had nipped Guilford on Saturday 3-2. Mustoller ready to deal it to Grignano, and he starts him off with a strike. Working that fastball again to the inside corner. See a lot more variety from Rich when he's on the mound. Mustoller, more of a power pitcher. And he drops one in. The curveball, beautiful pitch right there. And the count quickly goes 0-2 to Grignano. Grignano is going to step back in. Mustoller's pitch, a little high. Other teams in action today. Middletown and Greenwich at Greenwich High School. Long trip for Middletown. And the pitch hit up the middle, off the glove of Mustoller and into center field. So Grignano comes up with a 2-out single. That is the second hit of the ball game for Meridan. And it brings up the number 2 guy in the lineup. That's Devin McCarthy. He grounded out 6-3 his first time. Yeah, Trumbull takes on Stratford today. That's an interesting matchup at Penders Field. It's a beautiful facility, by the way, is Penders. I've been out there before checking it out. Nice location. That pitch down low. McCarthy 0 for 1. Outfielders continue to remain straight away. Gregano, short lead away from the bag at first, and he'll go on back on the toss over from Mostoller. Meridan would love to get this guy in the scoring position, wouldn't they? Gregano again will lead away. Nick Sansone trying to hold him tight to the base. Another throw over. Who will be a 2017 champ? We'll try to get updates from Steve Riley in Stamford as we move along today. Got West Hartford and RCP, the defending state champs. Also won the Northeast Regional. Pitch up high and went to Shelby, North Carolina, to represent the Northeast. They'll try to repeat again. South Windsor taking on Willimantic. Southington and Avon are battling today. Waterford and Tolland also playing. Mostoller's pitch in there for the strike. Another throw over. This time, Grignano gets a chance to step on back to the bag. Mostoller's paid a lot of attention to him today. We're at the top of the third of a scoreless game. Each team has had a runner in the scoring position. We'll dribble it right back to Mostoller, and he's got the easy throw to first, and that should end the inning, and it does. 1-3 if you score it. McCarthy retired, no runs, 1 hit, 1 left. We'll be back with the bottom of the third, still scoreless between Meridan and Cheshire. This is American Legion Baseball. Nice to be with you.
Not only have I learned a lot of speaking skills,
Meeting these 50 other incredibly talented people,
But most of all, I think you learn a lot about yourself.
you're able to grow in so many ways.
Learning about public speaking.
you also gain a tremendous amount of friendships.
It's a nice bonus.
That's definitely a plus, I'm not going to lie.
Is definitely something that is on my mind.
It's such a great document.
It guarantees me so many liberties and freedoms.
It's looking out for me.
The significance that I place on voting.
The 8th Amendment, which deals with cruel and unusual punishment.
My comparison of the Constitution to a lens.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're the largest veterans service organization in the nation. We're committed to making sure all veterans receive the benefits they deserve for the sacrifices they've made in service to America. If you're a veteran in need of help or support, please contact us. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America.
All right, we're back, and Ian Battipaglia, the number 9 hitter in the lineup for Cheshire today, facing Jack Rich. Rich has been stingy. Gave up a base runner via walk, another reach on an error back in the first. He got a 1-2-3 in the second. Tried to twist that one high and outside, however. Battipaglia then the top of the order with Strollo and Skeena. Here on the bottom of the third of a scoreless game. Slider in there for the strike. Rich working quickly. Missed outside. Battipaglia trying to become a leadoff base runner. A Rich pitch. Missed low and away. That's ball 4. Second walk issued by Jackie Rich. And they got a runner on for Cheshire, and Ryan Strollo meandering up to the plate. Fly ball out to the center fielder. Sent Morales up that hill in center field just a tad. I think you can kind of see the pitch in the outfield on our GoPro view. That pitch over the outside corner for the strike. So Battipaglia, a leadoff base runner. Let's see what Strollo and company will do. Cheshire try to push him in the scoring position. Rich pitch is going to be golfed high up into the air. It's going to carry towards right center field, but over there is Morales, and he makes the play. And Battipaglia trying to hustle back to the bag at first, and he got there before the throw. He went all the way to second. I guess he was predicting Morales couldn't get up that hill quick enough. That's got to burn the thighs a little bit, that little run uphill, right? So Strollo retired. And it brings up Ben Skina. Skina reached on an error back in the first. Battipaglia with that lead away had to really hustle back to that bag. Skina will foul it off. Or is that going to stay in fair play? No, fair play caught by McCarthy as he twisted it the opposite way. And Skina on the pitch is retired. That was in fair play, 2 down. Kabashi to the plate. Altrin Kabashi a fly ball to right his first time. So both Skina and Strollo going after an offering early in the count versus Jack Rich. A little soft toss on over. It's interesting after Battipaglia walked. Rich ready to deal it. Runner will go. Throw on down, and it's going to be tardy, and that's a stolen base. So Battipaglia with a stolen base. Pitch was called a strike. And then just threw that ball down to the second base side. So Cheshire for the second time in the ball game with a runner in scoring position. And a runner in scoring position with 1 down back in the first when Skina reached on an error. Kabashi, number 3 hitter in the lineup. And he'll loop one right to the shortstop. Grignano will make the catch on the soft liner, and that will do it. So the threat will go by the boards. No runs, no hits. It was a walk and 1 left for Cheshire. We're back with the top of 4, scoreless. American Legion Baseball. It's playoff time here in Connecticut.
Not only have I learned a lot of speaking skills,
Meeting these 50 other incredibly talented people,
But most of all, I think you learn a lot about yourself.
you're able to grow in so many ways.
Learning about public speaking.
you also gain a tremendous amount of friendships.
It's a nice bonus.
That's definitely a plus, I'm not going to lie.
It is definitely something that is on my mind.
It's such a great document.
It guarantees me so many liberties and freedoms.
It's looking out for me.
The significance that I place on voting.
The 8th Amendment, which deals with cruel and unusual punishment.
My comparison of the Constitution to a lens.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're the largest veterans service organization in the nation. We're committed to making sure all veterans receive the benefits they deserve for the sacrifices they've made in service to America. If you're a veteran in need of help or support, please contact us. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America.
Not only have I learned a lot of speaking skills,
Meeting these 50 other incredibly talented people.
All right, we're right back here as we move into the top of the 4th inning. Meridan stepping back to the plate to face Ryan Mostoller. Meridan with a couple of hits in the ball game, the only 2, matter of fact. Rich hasn't allowed one yet. There have been base runners for Cheshire. This is Rich to the plate. Throws right-handed, bats left-handed. And Mostoller's fastball missed outside. Jack Rich with a fly ball out to center field his first time. He's 0 for 1. Massacott and then Galabuski scheduled a hit for this Meridan team. Both teams played during the regular year to identical records at 23-5. Cheshire, however, won the season series 2-1. Big swing and a miss. Mostola has been throwing the fastball at about 84 miles per hour today. Sokolic in left, Strollo in center. Davey, the right fielder for Cheshire. Pitch down low. All right. Kabashi at second. I should say shortstop. Skina, the second baseman for this Cheshire team. Mostola missed with a fastball outside, and Rich becomes a leadoff base runner. Second time in the game, Meridan's put a leadoff runner on. Back in the second, they had Massacott reach on a base hit. Galabuski laid down a bunt. Now Massacott to the plate, who's 1 for 1 today. Left-handed hitter, hit it hard with topspin in the right for a base hit his first time. Mostola to work out of the stretch. And the pitch down low of ball one, time call. And the catcher, Clark, wants to go out and have a chat with Ryan. Want to thank American Legion Baseball for allowing us to be part of all this again here in 2017. We'll have coverage all the way through the American Legion Championship weekend, the best 2 of 3 senior series. And, of course, we'll bring you coverage of both the 15 and under and 17 under championship games. Always a lot of fun. We'll bring you the 3-camera view and have instant replay and alike. Looking forward to the full production for the championships. And we'll make our travail to Holy Cross in Worcester, Massachusetts for the upcoming Northeast Regionals. And the ball well struck by Massacott. Going to bounce in for a base hit. Good job by Strollo to get to it. Not allowing Rich to take an extra base to third. And they got 2 on and nobody out. Massacott with a base hit. He's now 2 for 2 as the cleanup hitter for this Meridan team. Galabuski stepping on in now with 2 on and nobody out. He has not had an official at bat yet. Laid down a sacrifice bunt his first time. Elliott Good in the on-deck circle. Got quite a pitcher's duel brewing. 1 run. The way these guys are going could be enough. Rich, who's down at second, and Mostola on the mound. There's a bunt popped up. Caught by Mostola. They got the runner off the bag, and he'll throw it to second, and they double up Rich. Galabuski popped it up. Nice play by Mostola. And that will turn into a critical double play. That's going to go 1 unassisted, 1 to 4. Elliott Good to the plate with a runner at first now. Boy, it looked like it was going to be perhaps a big inning brewing for this Meridan team. They didn't execute on the bunt. Mostola made a fabulous play, got off that hill quickly. And the fastball, he got off the foot of the batter as he swung at it there. Elliott Good will be given some time. Comes up hobbling a tad. Here in the top of the 4th of a scoreless game. I'll give him an extra moment here. Elliott Good struck out his first time. 2 strikeouts from Mostola today. Given up a couple of hits. He's walked 1. Count 0-1 to Elliott Good. Mostola's pitch. Curveball. Swing and a miss. Changed him up there a little bit. Off-speed pitch. Count quickly 0-2 to Good. Mostola looks like he might get out of this inning now. Did not get off to a good start and just missed. Tried to drop one over the plate. So you got a ball and 2 strikes to Good. Pellegrino in the on-deck circle. Masakala lead away from that bag at first. He's 2 for 2 today. Curveball caught the inside corner for a strike 3 call. Third strikeout for Mostoller, so he gave up the walk and a single to start the inning. Got the big double play on the sacrifice bunt attempt and a strikeout, and that will end it. No runs, you had a hit, and 1 left on base. We'll be back with the bottom of inning 4, still scoreless between Meridan and Cheshire.
Not only have I learned a lot of speaking skills,
Meeting these 50 other incredibly talented people,
But most of all, I think you learn a lot about yourself.
you're able to grow in so many ways.
Learning about public speaking.
you also gain a tremendous amount of friendships.
It's a nice bonus.
That's definitely a plus, I'm not going to lie.
Is definitely something that is on my mind.
It's such a great document.
It guarantees me so many liberties and freedoms.
It's looking out for me.
The significance that I place on voting.
The 8th Amendment, which deals with cruel and unusual punishment.
My comparison of the Constitution to a lens.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're the largest veterans service organization in the nation. We're committed to making sure all veterans receive the benefits they deserve for the sacrifices they've made in service to America. If you're a veteran in need of help or support, please contact us. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America.
Not only have I learned a lot of speaking skills,
Meeting these 50 other incredibly talented people,
But most of all, I think you learn a lot about yourself.
you're able to grow in so many ways.
Learning about public speaking.
you also gain a tremendous amount of friendships.
It's a nice bonus.
That's definitely a plus, I'm not going to lie.
Is definitely something that is on my mind.
It's such a great document.
It guarantees me so many liberties and freedoms.
Hit the wrong button there. Just had a nice play made by Pellegrino at second base to apologize for that. Sansone hit it on the nose, on the line. Pellegrino went to his right to make the catch. And you have 1 down here in the inning. This is Clark to the plate. And that pitch missed outside. Here in the 4th of a scoreless game. Clark is 0 for 1. The rich pitch missed outside. Trying to work the outside corner. Cheshire threatened back on the first with 1 out. Skeena reached on an error. Ended up at the bag at second. They couldn't get him home. Battaglia walked, stole a base in the scoring position, and then Rich got out of that. That was in the 3rd. And now it's ball 4, so he walks Clark. That is the 3rd walk issued today by Jack Rich. And with 1 out, Cheshire with a base runner for Connor Davey. Davey with a fly ball out his first time to right, so he's 0 for 1 today. Rich pitch. Davey showing bunt. Went after it. It's going to be a strike. Rich from the belt. And the pitch up high. Out of town, Stamford leading Oakville by the score of 6-0 on the road. Play at the Taft Schools. That's in Wallingford, I believe, right? A little soft toss to the bag at first. Clark stepping on back. Again, we mentioned earlier a thought and prayers with the Sabia family. Chris Sabia, longtime general manager of Stamford, losing his battle to cancer on last Friday. Wake is tomorrow. All of us around American Legion baseball certainly have Chris and his family in our thoughts. Stamford trying to make them happy up there. Ground ball. They get the out the bag at second and no chance to throw to first. It wasn't hit all that hard. Pellegrino got it to Grignano, and they'll get the lead runner. So Clark force off the bases. 2 out. Davey reaching on the fielder's choice. Brings up Cole Escato. He struck out his first time. So Cole to dig on in. Jack Rich. Curveball just missed inside. That's Hernandez setting the target behind the plate. Runner goes. Fastball popped up infield towards the mound. The third baseman over, and Massacott will make the catch. Scotto retired on a pop-up, and that will do it. So the walk doesn't hurt. No runs, no hits. There was a walk and 1 left. That's 4 stranded now by Cheshire here in the ball game. They're still seeking their first hit. We're back with the top of 5 in a scoreless game. Stay with us.
Not only have I learned a lot of speaking skills,
Meeting these 50 other incredibly talented people,
But most of all, I think you learn a lot about yourself.
you're able to grow in so many ways.
Learning about public speaking.
you also gain a tremendous amount of friendships.
It's a nice bonus.
That's definitely a plus, I'm not going to lie.
It is definitely something that is on my mind.
It's such a great document.
It guarantees me so many liberties and freedoms.
It's looking out for me.
The significance that I place on voting.
The 8th Amendment, which deals with cruel and unusual punishment.
My comparison of the Constitution to a lens.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're the largest veterans service organization in the nation. We're committed to making sure all veterans receive the benefits they deserve for the sacrifices they've made in service to America. If you're a veteran in need of help or support, please contact us. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America.
All right, we're back here at Cheshire High School talking to a couple of youngsters off to our left who might be future ball players, right, for Cheshire High School or American Legion play. Looking forward to that. As we move on here to the top of the 5th, 7, 8, and 9 in the batting order. Scheduled to hit here for Meridan will be Pellegrino, Morales, and Hernandez to face Ryan Mostoller. Ryan has given up a total of 1, 2, 3 hits in the ball game. 1 the second, 1 the third, 1 in the fourth. And the fourth, it looked like Meridan was going to put a little pressure on as they had a leadoff walk. Rich on, and then Massacott singled, but a bunt was popped up and it turned into a double play, and Mostoller quickly struck out good to end any threat. Pellegrino today 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Second baseman's made a fine defensive play for Meridan. Mostoller ready to deal it, and the right-hander's fastball is over for the strike. No changes defensively that I can see for Cheshire. Sokolik in left, Strollo in center, Davey in right field defensively. Skina, Kabashi up the middle, pitch in there for the strike call. Sansone and Battipaglia playing at first and third respectively with Clark behind the plate. Game 1, best of 3 series, scheduled to continue tomorrow. I believe they'll try to get them both in tomorrow, if need be, of course. Mostoller, fastball swing and a miss, and the strikeout of Pellegrino. So Pellegrino strikes out for the second time, 1 out. Morales to the plate. That is the 4th strikeout of the ball game for Ryan Mostoller here today. The hits have been scattered about. We've only had 3 in the game between the two teams. Morales grounded out 5-3 his first time. Swings at the first pitch and will twist one high up into the air, opposite way, and Davey in fair play will make the catch. And you quickly have 2 down here in the top of the 5th inning. Brings up Hernandez, the catcher. He was a strikeout victim back in the 3rd. Grignano represents the top of the order on deck for Meridan. Mostola likes to work quickly, as does Rich. That pitch bunted off, foul. Mostola ready to deal it. Here comes a righty's pitch, and that's going to be blooped in the center. Coming on is Strollo, and he'll catch the lazy fly ball for the inning's final out. That's an easy half inning for Mostola as Meridan goes 1-2-3. We're back with the bottom of 5, still scoreless. This is American Legion Baseball as the tournament continues.
I never realized how much the American Legion did in our community until I was overseas and my family needed help. The Legion was there, taking care of things I couldn't, and they asked nothing in return. I guess it's because they know what I'm going through. They've been here before, and when I looked into it, I discovered that there was a way for me to continue to serve my fellow veterans and my community through the American Legion. That's why I joined.
While I was overseas, the American Legion was behind me all the way, supporting me and my family back home when they needed help. Now I'm a proud member.
When I left the military, I wanted my fellow veterans to have the care and the benefits they deserve. That's why I belong to the American Legion.
I never thought the Legion would have anything for me, but they taught me about teamwork and sportsmanship, and they helped me get into college.
The American Legion. We're at work every day, serving America in so many ways. That's why I belong.
I never realized how much the American Legion did in our community until I was overseas and my family needed help. The Legion was there, taking care of things I couldn't, and they asked nothing in return. I guess it's because they know what I'm going through. They've been here before, and when I looked into it, I discovered that there was a way for me to continue to serve my fellow veterans and my community through the American.
All right, we're right back here at Cheshire High School on this early evening. Quite a pitcher's duel ongoing. Mostola and Rich, scoreless to the bottom of the 5th. Sokolik to lead it off, struck out his first time against Jack Rich, out in the mound, the right-hander, and he'll fit one in for the strike. Battipaglia in the top of the order, Strollo scheduled to follow here in the 5th inning. Cheshire still looking for their first hit of the ball game. That pitch up high. Had base runners in the first on an error and a walk. Had a base runner in the 3rd via walk and one in the 4th on a walk. So Rich, other than that, has been very stingy. And the pitch hit high in the air to the right fielder. It's going to carry up that hill, and it's going to be caught out there in right field. Galabuski able to hunt it down, and you have one out. Brings up Ian Battipaglia. Battipaglia walked, stole a base back in the 3rd. One of 2 Cheshire base runners to get in the scoring position here today. Meridan owns all the hits. They have 3 of them, but they've been scattered about. Caught the outside corner. Rich with good movement on that pitch, looks in for the sign. Ready to deal it. Missed outside there. At one point in this game, he threw 10 consecutive sliders. And he's ready to deal. There's a slider over for the swing. Foul tipped into the catcher's mitt. Battipaglia takes a quick walk out. Now he's back in. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Rich into the windup. And that's going to be punched in the right field for a base hit. Battipaglia just put the bat on the ball. It's all you need to do. And he punches it out in the right. And that's the first hit of the ball game for Cheshire. Comes with 1 out here in the 5th. It brings up the top of the order in Ryan Strollo. So Strollo to dig in. With 1 out in a game where It's been very stingy. Neither team has scored. We get the quick answer. Strollo's going to swing away there. Fouled it off. He's over 2 with 2 fly balls to center. Morales has been busy. You got Skeena on deck here in the 5th inning. That's going to be dribbled off at the plate. Battapaglia still at first. Remember, he stole a base earlier in the ball game. He'll lean away, try to measure that lead. Rich will take a good long look at him. Works with the glove. About chest high, will throw over to first. He doesn't want to give Battapaglia an opportunity to steal that base. Rich, the offering. Missed outside. Morales, the center fielder, step or two towards right center field for the left-handed hitting center fielder. And there's a ground ball hit down to second. Only played a first for Pellegrino as he had the runner going. And Battapaglia in the scoring position again. Estrollo thrown out 4-3. 2 down, and Ben Skeena to the plate. Skeena's reaching in there and hit a fly ball out, so he's 0 for 2. He didn't hit it all that hard down to the second baseman when he reached on an error. Pellegrino hurried his throw along a little bit. Kind of knuckled it down to him on a little bloop. Had some spin on it. Pellegrino knocked it around a tad. Rich pitch. Runner caught up between the bags. Throw on down. Second baseman waiting there, and Pellegrino put the tag on him. The pitch was low and inside. And Hernandez did a nice job to stop. It looked like Battapaglia had predicted it might get away. So he's caught stealing. Got caught in that rundown. That's going to go 2-5. 4 with the tag. And that will end the inning. All right, we're back with the top of the 6th. Still scoreless between Meridan and Cheshire. Stay with us.
Not only have I learned a lot of speaking skills,
Meeting these 50 other incredibly talented people,
But most of all, I think you learn a lot about yourself.
you're able to grow in so many ways.
Learning about public speaking.
you are definitely something that is on my mind.
It's looking out for me.
The American Legion, service organization in the nation. We're committed to making sure all veterans receive the benefits they deserve for the sacrifices they've made in service to America. If you're a veteran in need of help or support, please contact us. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America.
Well, we're back, top of the 6th inning, still scoreless between Meridan and Cheshire. It's been a fun one thus far. It'll begin to turn into a real chess match as we move deeper into this ball game. Grignano to lead it off, so Sebi is 1 for 2 with a base hit back in the 3rd inning. Mostola's pitching there for the strike call. McCarthy and Rich scheduled to follow as Mostoller peeks over the glove for the sign from the catcher Clark. And the pitch. Breaking ball in for the strike. Big arcing curveball from Mostoller. Grignano hit a fly ball in the foul territory. His first time for an out, singled up the middle. His second time. And there's a swing and a miss. Ball dropped by the catcher Clark. Finds a throwing angle to complete the strikeout. And that's the 5th strikeout of the game for Mostoller. 1 down here in the 6th. Brings up a Devin McCarthy. McCarthy 0 for 2, number 2 hitter in the lineup. McCarthy playing left field today for Meridan. Tall player. Digging in from the right side. Mostola ready to deal it, and Ryan into that windup. Miss low and away. Mostola to deal another. And there for the strike. Good pitch. Got the outside corner. Able to turn that pitch over the outside corner there. Mostola peeks over the glove. And there for the strike. And the count goes, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Mostola looking loose. Good day to get loose. Temperature's absolutely perfect for American Legion play today. Curveball, that missed outside. Try to touch that outside corner. Count goes even at 2-2 to Devin McCarthy. Mostola awaits. Now he deals it. Missed, and the count goes full 3-2. You got 1 out, nobody on. Mostola has only walked 1 batter today. Go along with the 5 strikeouts. He's given up 3 hits. Count full. Let's see if he comes right at him with the fastballs. Boiled off and out of play by McCarthy. Over the protective netting to our right. No chance for my friends to go chase a foul ball over there. Here's another 3-2. He lost him. That's ball 4. So McCarthy becomes a 1-out base runner. That is the 2nd walk issued. And brings up Jack Rich. Rich has hit a fly out the center. And he's walked in the ball game. Was part of that double play on the misexecuted sacrifice bunt. Mostola does not want to let that runner get in the scoring position. Pitcher on pitcher right now. Both pitching a dandy of a ball game. Last report, Stanford on top. 6-0 over Oakville. Rich will spoil that one. Third base side and out of play. You're in the top of the 6th inning. Just get a feeling 1 run is going to do it here today. Mostola's pitch again, fouled off by Rich. You got players looking for those balls in the woods over there. Like looking for my golf ball, the way they're going after that. Can't believe they're going to find him. Got 2 Meridan players in there looking for him. Mostola's pitch. Again, that's fouled off by Rich. That's actually Cheshire uniform players. No, Cheshire and a Meridan player looking for the baseballs, and they each found one. And they're coming back out of the woods with them. That's great work. Rich really putting up a battle with Mostola. Throw to the bag at first. McCarthy got on back. And the pitch. Swing and a miss and a strikeout of Rich. That's the 5th strikeout. Actually, 6th strikeout of the ball game for Mostola. That's a big one. He's got 2 down, including 2 here in the inning. Massacott to the plate. I tell you, that was a big out because Massacott is a 2 for 2 today. He's hit Mostola pretty good. That was good work. They did not allow McCarthy to get in the scoring position. Stoller looks at the target. Clark behind the plate. That's high and outside. Mentioned it earlier. We'll mention it one more time. These two teams both 23-5 out of zone 3. Cheshire took 2 of 3 during the regular year. Now they're trying to take 2 of 3. And here in this 2 of 3 playoff series, throw over to the bag at first. Runner got on back. Runner goes, and the pitch is going to be popped up and fouled off. Third base way again. Got some folks now watching from the left field fence area. People in right center. Nice crowd on the third base side, first base side. Folks watching in right field. Massacott trying to come up with a big base hit. Let's see if they'll put the runner in motion. No. Pitch outside. Might have been designed outside. Thinking that McCarthy might go. He walked to get on. Mostoller's pitch. Runner goes. It's down low. Throw. Tag attempt. And they got him. Good throw by Clark. And they erase McCarthy. Tied 2-6. Nice tag by Altrin Kabashi. So they get the runner stealing. That will leave Massacott at the plate. The lead off the top of the 7th. We're back with the bottom of 6. And this one is still scoreless.
I never realized how much the American Legion did in our community until I was overseas and my family needed help. The Legion was there, taking care of things I couldn't, and they asked nothing in return. I guess it's because they know what I'm going through. They've been here before. And when I looked into it, I discovered that there was a way for me to continue to serve my fellow veterans and my community through the American Legion. That's why I joined.
While I was overseas, the American Legion was behind me all the way, supporting me and my family back home when they needed help. Now I'm a proud member.
When I left the military, I wanted my fellow veterans to have the care and the benefits they deserve. That's why I belong to the American Legion.
I never thought the Legion would have anything for me, but they taught me about teamwork and sportsmanship, and they helped me get into college.
The American Legion. We're at work every day, serving America in so many ways. That's why I belong.
All right, waiting for the umpires to come back on the field here for the bottom of inning number 6. They were collecting baseballs. Had a lot of them hitting the foul play and out of the boundaries. Players from both Meridan and Cheshire, and some of the young fans also chasing them down and bringing them back to put them back in play. Skeena, Kabashi, Sansone, the scheduled hitters for Cheshire here in the bottom of the 6th against Rich in this scoreless game. Just one hit in the ball game for Cheshire came in the 5th. They have not had the luxury of a leadoff base runner on today, so Rich has done his job in that category, hasn't he? Time called. Skeena, 0 for 2, has reached on an error. Was stranded at the bag at second in the first, and that pitch outside. The downfall for Rich today, and it's really not a big one, hasn't harmed him at all, is he's been so tough against the hitters here, allowing just one hit. He's walked 3. Got that pitch in for the strike to Jack Rich. Outfield just about straight away. Morales in center. McCarthy in left. Time has been called. And the pitch out of the feet of Skeena. Just get out of the way. Galabuski is in right field defensively. Middle infielders are Grignano at short, Pellegrino at second. Massacott, the third baseman. That's Pellegrino. He'll field it at second. And on the first, to Elliott Good. Skeena hustling down the line, made that rather close. One down here in the bottom of the sixth inning, and it brings up Kabashi. Kabashi today is 0 for 2. A little soft liner to the shortstop, his last plate appearance. Got Sansone, who hit it pretty well. He's in the on-deck circle his last time up. It was a nice play by the second baseman, Pellegrini. Catching the line drive, going to his right. And the first pitch in there for the strike. One down. Nobody on base for Cheshire here in the bottom of the sixth inning. Critical game one of this best 2 of 3 series. Rich to deal it. Missed outside. Gets a side from Hernandez and ready to work. Missed in the same spot, and that's going to bring Hernandez out from behind home plate. So they'll have a quick chat. You got to love the communication between the battery mates. Always important to be on the same page, obviously. More baseball coming your way tomorrow. We're scheduled to be right back here. That pitch low and away, ball 4, so he loses Kabashi. He becomes a one-out base runner. And there's the 4th walk issued today by Rich. Brings Sansone on up. Sansone hit it on the nose, but a fine play by Pellegrino. His last plate appearance, he walked back in the first. Line went right to the second baseman in the 4th inning. Pellegrino lined up in just the right spot for a liner in that direction again. Let's see if Kabashi's going to take off. How aggressive will Cheshire be here in the bottom of the 6th? You might think they need just 1 run. The way things are moving along here. Sansone awaits. Runner goes, the pitch. Strike call, throw down is high from Hernandez, and that's a stolen base. And Kabashi now in the scoring position with 1 out. Sansone is the cleanup hitter. You got Clark in the on-deck circle. So Rich, to deal it. Couldn't get the curveball to break. His pitches have been a little bit higher in the strike zone here in this half inning. I don't know if he's tiring at all. That ball pounded into the ground foul. First base wet. There is some bullpen activity for Cheshire. Can't tell you who's warming up. That's bat into the ground. And nobody's covering first base and everybody's safe. Good went after that chopped baseball. Pellegrino fielded it rather easily and they bumped into each other and there was nobody there. Rich didn't get over either. And Sansone is safe. I guess you could give him an infield single on that. That's the second hit of the ball game. Now they're on the corners with 1 out for Clark here in the bottom of the 6th inning. That was really the second baseman ball all the way. Pellegrino showing good range from there. Anyways, that pitch missed outside. Meridan had threatened in this ball game. They popped up into a double play when they were in a good scoring situation. The infielders come in around the horn, and that makes Clark that much more difficult to put out. And taking second base uncontested is Sansone. He was trying to work that delayed steal, but Meridan wasn't worrying about it. They're playing this as though it's a 1-run game. Of course, with a runner moving down to second, that takes away the possibility, the hope of a double play. Now they're going to intentionally walk Clark to load the bases and bring that double play chance back. It's really the runner at third that could be the deciding guy in this game. It's Connor Davies to the plate. He's reached on the field his choice, and he's hit a fly to right. So he's made contact against Rich, and the first pitch is in for the strike. Rich has not been dominating with the strikeout pitch, and he'd love one here at this stage of the game. He has struck out 2, and he gets another strike there. So Jack Rich now ahead of the hitter. Bases loaded, 1 out in the scoreless game here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And the Rich pitch, chopped, fielded. They're going to come home. They'll get the out at the plate. So Davey hit it right back on a high bounce to Rich. He knew what he had to do, and they erased Kabashi. 1-2. Inning second out. Bases remain loaded as Davey on the field his choice again. Escato is struck out and popped up. Rich comes right at him. That ball lobbed to right. And it's playable and it's caught. And Meridan's going to get out of that jam. A bases loaded jam. Good work by Rich and company. Golubiewski able to put it away for the inning's final out. We'll be back with the top of 7. And it remains scoreless here on SportingNewsCT.com.
Not only have I learned a lot of speaking skills,
Meeting these 50 other incredibly talented people,
But most of all, I think you learn a lot about yourself.
you're able to grow in so many ways.
Learning about public speaking.
you also gain a tremendous amount of friendships.
It's a nice bonus.
That's definitely a plus, I'm not going to lie.
Is definitely something that is on my mind.
It's such a great document.
It guarantees me so many liberties and freedoms.
It's looking out for me.
The significance that I place on voting.
The 8th Amendment, which deals with cruel and unusual punishment.
My comparison of the Constitution to a lens.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're the largest veterans service organization in the nation. We're committed to making sure all veterans receive the benefits they deserve for the sacrifices they've made in service to America. If you're a veteran in need of help or support, please contact us. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America.
All right, we move on to the top of the 7th, and Cheshire perhaps with the best chance in the ball game, you might think. In the bottom of the 6th inning, bases loaded, 1 out, and Rich get out of the jam. Got one tapped back to him, so they got the force at home. And a lazy fly to right to get out of the inning. They intentionally walked Clark to load the bases. So that strategy paid dividends for Meridan as they come to the plate here in the top of the 7th inning. Massacott will step on up to the plate. Jeff today is 2 for 2. He was at the plate when McCarthy was thrown out trying to steal second to get into scoring position for Massacott. So Massacott to lead it off against Ryan Mostoller. There is some activity down in the Cheshire bullpen. It looks like they're starting to warm somebody up in the Meridan bullpen likewise. As we're on to the 7th inning. And that pitch is over for the strike call. Strollo shaded a bit towards right center, maybe a step or two, the center fielder for Cheshire. And the pitch down low. Evan Sokolic is the left fielder for Cheshire. Connor Davey playing in right, just about straight away. Sansone, Skina, Kabashi, and Battapaglia around the infield from first to third, and Clark behind the plate. Three hits in the ball game for Meridan, their last hit. They haven't had one since the 4th. That pitch popped up and fouled up. 4th inning was their best chance, perhaps, to score. A walk and a single to lead it off, and they did not execute on a sacrifice bunt. It turned into a double play, and then Mastroller quickly get a strikeout to end the inning. Time requested, granted. Massacott back in. Looks like a good hitter for this Meridan team. We'll ground this one to the first baseman. That's the easy play for Sansone, and he'll make it unassisted. So you got one out here in the top of 7. Golubuski stepping up to the plate. Zachary today has laid down a sacrifice bunt. Tried to lay down that bunt in the 4th, and it turned into a double play, so he'll try to make amends for that miscue. Swings from the right side with a slightly open stance, and the fastball going to turn inside for ball 1. Golubuski playing right field. Mostoller. Pitch down low. 5 strikeouts, actually 6 strikeouts for Mostoller today. He's only walked a couple. Ryan on the mound. Big leg kick from the righty. Fastball fouled off behind us. Again, the young guys with all the energy will go chase it down. I don't know where they get the energy to run back and forth like that. The 12-year-old kids watching the game. Hoping to be here someday. There's a fly to center. Stroller will circle underneath it for the out. And you have 2 down. That brings up Elliott Good. Good has struggled today at the plate. He's 0 for 2. He has struck out twice. So he'll try to ignite a rally here in the top of the 7th of a scoreless game. And the pitch. Swings at it. Hits it high in the air. Center fielder coming on. Can he make the catch? And that is a dandy of a catch by Ryan Strollo as he scooped it about shoelace high just before it hit the green grass in center field. And Elliott Good is robbed on a fine play by Strollo, who came hard for it. That's going to do it. A 1-2-3 inning. We're back with the bottom of 7, still scoreless.
Not only have I learned a lot of speaking skills,
Meeting these 50 other incredibly talented people,
But most of all, I think you learn a lot about yourself.
you're able to grow in so many ways.
Learning about public speaking.
you also gain a tremendous amount of friendships.
It's a nice bonus.
That's definitely a plus, I'm not going to lie.
Is definitely something that is on my mind.
It's such a great document.
It guarantees me so many liberties and freedoms.
It's looking out for me.
The significance that I place on voting.
The 8th Amendment, which deals with cruel and unusual punishment.
My comparison of the Constitution to a lens.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're the largest veterans service organization in the nation. We're committed to making sure all veterans receive the benefits they deserve for the sacrifices they've made in service to America. If you're a veteran in need of help or support, please contact us. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America.
All right, welcome right back to the bottom of the 7th we go. Cheshire coming to the plate in the scoreless game. And the pitch from Rich, batted on the ground, taken by the first baseman. Rich is going to have to hurry to get there, and he just beat the batter going down the line. So nice work there by Elliott Good to go get that one. And Sokolik is retired. That's going to be 3-1 and a nice play. So Elliott Good that time able to go get it. Not afraid to leave the bag over there. And Rich got over there a little late maybe, but he got there in time to get Sokolik, and that's a key out. Get the leadoff guy here in the bottom of the 7th. Mattapagli to the plate. Ian today has walked and singled and been cut down trying to steal third. Got hung up there when he tried to make a decision on a pitch that was down into the dirt. And Hernandez able to scoop it up, and Mattapaglia caught between second and third, was tagged out. There's a strike call. Tough pitch by Jack Rich over the outside corner. That's unhittable. Ryan Strollo in the on-deck circle. Fouled off. towards the bullpen on the first base side. Cheshire still got somebody warming up there. Rich looking in. Hernandez is set to target. Outfielders are straight away. And the pitch is up high. Mattapaglia has pretty good speed. If he gets on, he could be dangerous. And that pitch is a strike three call over the outside corner on a 3-2 pitch. He thought he had ball four. Beautiful pitch there by Jack Rich. He hasn't had a strikeout since the second inning. That's his third of the ball game. So with 2 out, top of the order, and Strollo stepping in, 0 for 3. You can see the sky in a GoPro view, and I'd tell you, it's just a beautiful night. The bug's starting to come out, though. I don't know what we're going to do about that. Could be in some trouble. Skeeter in the on-deck circle, and Rich working quickly. And he nibbles the outside corner for a strike call. Ball got away from Jackie Rich. Some feel Rich might be top pitcher in Zone 3. Others think that his counterpart might be the top pitcher. That's Mostoller going head-to-head here in this critical game one. That pitch missed inside. Just 2 hits on the game for Cheshire. Rich ready to deal. Fouled straight back at us. On deck batter, Ben Skeena will chase down the loose baseball. He'll bring it on back. Rich, the pitch. Low and inside ball 4 on a 3-2 pitch, so he loses Strollo. So he's gone 3-2 in the last 2 batters. Brings up Ben Skeena. Skeener's reach on an error back on the first. Officially, he's 0 for 3, and there's going to be a conversation on the mound. So with 2 out, you got a base runner on now for Cheshire. And here's where the chess match perhaps begins. So you get into the tough part of the Cheshire batting order. Skeener's second in the order, then Kabashi. But you do have 2 outs here. You would imagine that Strollo, who's at first, pretty good base runner, obviously is a leadoff guy. And we will see a pitching change, and that's going to be all for Rich. So they make the change here. And while they do that, we'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Not only have I learned a lot of speaking skills,
Meeting these 50 other incredibly talented people,
But most of all, I think you learn a lot about yourself.
you're able to grow in so many ways.
Learning about public speaking.
you also gain a tremendous amount of friendships.
It's a nice bonus.
That's definitely a plus, I'm not going to lie.
Is definitely something that is on my mind.
It's such a great document.
It guarantees me so many liberties and freedoms.
It's looking out for me.
The significance that I place on voting.
The 8th Amendment, which deals with cruel and unusual punishment.
My comparison of the Constitution to a lens.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're the largest veterans service organization in the nation. We're committed to making sure all veterans receive the benefits they deserve for the sacrifices they've made in service to America. If you're a veteran in need of help or support, please contact us. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America. The American
All right, welcome back. Nick Palumbo has come on the pitch. Palumbo out of Mahoney High School. He had Rich go to the outfield, And the center fielder, Morales, to the dugout. So there's your changes defensively for Meridan. And here comes Ben Skeena facing Palumbo for the first time here today. Palumbo, big, strong-looking right-hander. Here in the bottom of the seventh with 2 out, runner at first at Strollo. Strollo's going to go. The pitch out, the throw on down, and not in time. Strollo with some dandy speed beat the throw, and they were trying to get him. And it just went outside. The pitch was there for him, and now Strollo in the scoring position on a stolen base, and Skeena can bring him home with a base hit perhaps. Nick Palumbo, the reliever, ready to deal it. And that missed outside. That's ball 2, so the count goes 2 balls and no strikes. Kabashi in the on-deck circle. A big righty. Got a strike call, and the count goes 2 balls and 1 strike. Palumbo looking, come out in the mound, and he'll come right at him. There's a little cue ball, and that's knocked down off the glove of the shortstop, Grignano. They're going to send the runner home. The throw is going to bounce, and Cheshire scores. Cheshire scores, and they win this 1-0 on a ball that was off the glove of the shortstop, Grignano, and deflected to the outfield. He made it close at the plate. Strollo scores. Ben Skeena with the RBI base hit to end it. What a finish for Cheshire, and they take game 1 by the score of 1-0 over Meridan in a well-played ball game. I mean, that was a lot of fun. 1-0 your final. Cheshire over Meridan here today. That run will be charged to Jack Rich. Winning pitcher today, going all the way for Cheshire, doing a terrific job is Ryan Mostoller. So Mostoller picks up the win. Game winning hit off the bat of Ben Skeena. And Nick Palumbo will be the tough luck loser here today as Cheshire takes game 1. These two teams will be back at it tomorrow. I believe we'll be back here for game 2 and potentially game 3 of the series. It starts early, I believe, at about 3:30 or so. Check the American Legion website for all the details. And, of course, SportingNewsCT.com will also have details, too. All right, that's going to do it. 1-0 your final score, and a well-played ball game here today. Nice to have you with us on SportingNewsCT.com. Goodbye, everybody.